Hey everyone, Luke here with another video. In today's video, I wanted to talk about advertising. So this is actually an older clip that I'm going to be uploading, but a lot of people have been messaging me asking me how I get so many leads and what I do with platforms, etc. And this is an older chat that I did, but it talks about advertising and it's actually corresponding to the shirt that I'm wearing. It was shot when I was down in Phoenix, Arizona, and I cannot stress enough how important advertising on multiple platforms and increasing your range of advertising outside of your city, etc., going the extra mile for customers, and then also networking, how important it is in this business. You are basically a net worth of your network. You depend on your network more than you can imagine, and you won't really see that until you kind of take a step back from your business and realize that the people you know this year made you more sales than the people you knew last year. If you aren't always constantly networking and advertising and actually speaking about your business, you're not going to scale. A lot of people, I think, struggle when they first get into this business. They don't know what to tell people what they do, or they feel embarrassed to say, I flip used electronics on eBay, or I flipped used electronics on Mercari and Swappa, and I sell to private companies or buyers. Don't be ashamed of your business. Don't draw a pause when people ask you what you do. Don't come up with an excuse. I don't know why people feel ashamed of this. You should be so proud of yourself knowing that you're self-employed or that you're partially self-employed. You are doing what everybody else out there in America and Canada and other countries that are phone flipping dream of. You're living the dream to be self-employed, to have an extra side income, etc. So make sure when you are networking and you are advertising, make sure you're telling everybody about your business. So that being said, big warning, this is a long clip, a long video, so I hope you enjoy it. If not, just skip the video and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and I will keep coming out with daily videos for you guys. If you have a video request, drop a comment down below and you'll see it in tomorrow's video. Thanks again, and I'm going to roll the clip.
Get it rocking here. Start recording now. So, all right, cool. So what's up, everybody? For those of you that don't know, I was out in Arizona this week. Tonight's going to be one of my last nights down here. Weather's beautiful. We got a foot of snow in Wisconsin. So it's been pretty cool. Did some mastermind training, met up with some other people, did some mini mastermind sessions. And yeah, what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is advertising. So just being down here and seeing kind of the bigger city. I'm down in Mesa in Phoenix, Arizona. It's close to Scottsdale. For those of you guys out there that live in these big cities and like you have competition, but you have a ton of customers or potential customers, you guys really need to be using every avenue of advertising. And I noticed a lot of you guys are not doing that. Like I met up with 4 people here in Arizona. Let's see, Jay, Sean, Ahmad, and Troy. Yeah, 4 people here in Arizona, and not one single person had magnets on their car advertising cash for phones. You guys really got to be doing that. I do it. I mean, getting even a magnet is better than nothing. And when you guys are struggling with apps banning you and marketplace banning you, you guys got to start doing some of that evergreen marketing where you pay one time and you get a magnet or something, and then it's on your car basically for life. You want to start doing that because it makes you look more reputable, and it's going to also attract repeat customers. So it's kind of important, guys, if that makes sense. Anybody out there on the group chat right now, if you can type in the chat, have your guys' leads been a little bit slower? I mean, how has things been going with kind of the Facebook marketplace battle? Because I know Mark Zuckerberg right now is kind of under some heavy fire, so I definitely think Facebook could possibly take a hit all on its own. So it's definitely good for you guys to do multiple ways of advertising, because of the fact that if you're only depending on Facebook Marketplace, as the big one, and you're not monopolizing all these other avenues of advertising, well, then you guys are going to be in for a slap in the face when Facebook Marketplace, comes crashing down. So it's kind of a big thing that you guys should be doing. You got to take advantage of every way to advertise. So what do you guys think in the chat? How has things been as far as marketplace? I know everybody, including myself, like it's been a little bit of a struggle, with them flagging posts more than they used to. And part of the reason is I mean, there's a lot of phone flippers out there now, you know. So, but that's all right. We'll keep getting around it. But type for me, guys, in the chat. How have you guys' leads been? Who didn't get a? If there's anybody out there in the chat that did not get a phone yet this week, which I hope everybody in the group got a phone this week, type in the chat for me and let me know. So, Bob, Sean, Troy. Well, Troy, I know Troy got phones because I closed phone deals for Troy myself, so I know Troy got phones. Did you get a phone this week, Ron?
No, I did not.
Okay. I know you're driving right now, so all right.
Yeah,
Sean,
I can talk, but I can't really text.
okay, I got you. Yeah, that's fine. Your microphone isn't really loud or anything, so you're welcome. If you got a question, you can just ask.
All right,
I
thanks.
don't mind if you guys have your microphones unmuted. It's just some of you guys, I don't know why, but you don't have a actual microphone, so you guys are always really loud. So that's why I mute everybody. But if your mic's quiet, you're welcome, to speak when you have a question. So, but anyways, all right. So Sean's got phones. Troy, I know, got phones. And then, so Ron, you said you didn't get any phones this week. What's been going on, my man?
I haven't been able to close anything this week.
Okay.
Before I got banned from Marketplace, I had, a couple days where I had a fair amount of leads between Marketplace and Let Go. And it seemed like every one of them had the golden nugget syndrome. And it didn't matter how I pushed back on the objections. They seemed to want, like $200 for an iPhone 6, things like that, and
Right. So you're just saying basically you couldn't get people to just come to an agreement on price or make them realize that what they were doing was just their phone was just overpriced basically, and you couldn't get them realization. Okay. So the golden nugget syndrome, I like that term. That's a good word for it because there really is no better way to sum it up, guys. When people don't want to realize that their phone isn't worth X amount or the amount that you offered them, honestly, the best way to do that is, one, you don't want to waste a ton of time on these people, because if they're just going to continue to insist that, oh, my phone is worth, $500 when it's really only worth about $300, best thing you guys can do is try and reason with them a little bit. And if they're not budging at all, tell them that your offer is good for 1 week, and let you know if they change their mind. And then the other thing that you guys can do is actually redirect them to your competition. Like if they're asking a really unfair price and your offering price is fair, then redirect them to like Eco ATM and go, well, you know what? That's the most I can pay for the item, but there's this machine in town called Eco ATM, and it offers really great prices for smartphones and electronics. So you should go there and try it. It'll probably offer you more than I do. And they might even say thanks. And when you word it like that, in that tone, they're going to look at you almost like a friend, like you're giving them good advice to like help them out. But what they don't realize is Eco ATM is not going to give them anywhere near what they want. And Eco ATM's offer is probably going to be a lot less than yours. So they're going to go to Eco ATM. Hopefully they actually do that. If they do that, they're going to get a big slap in the face. And when they get that offer, they're going to be like, wow, that guy actually was not being a jerk at all. His offer was actually really fair. And at that point, that's when they might actually message you or give you a call back and say, hey, I'd like to sell my phone to you. And then the third outcome is with people who got the golden nugget syndrome. That's hilarious, Ron. Some people you just can't reason with them, guys. I mean, some people, like, there's people, believe it or not, guys, believe this or not, there is people out there in this world, in the educated world, like even people in the US and Canada and first world countries, where they believe that the world is flat. They believe that the world is flat. And I'm pretty sure we all know here, can all agree, if you guys want to type in the chat, that I'm pretty sure the world is round, and I'm pretty sure it spins, around, space and all that good stuff and blah, blah, blah. I'm no rocket scientist, but people like that, guys, that's how they are with their whole life. It's not necessarily that you guys are doing something wrong. It's the fact that those kind of people are probably like that in their whole life. That's just their lifestyle. They don't listen to anybody. They don't want to take any advice, and they're always right. And when that person goes to sell their phone, guys, eventually they're going to take a huge hit on it, no matter who they send it to, or they're going to rip somebody off, and then that person's going to take a huge hit on it. So it's best just to kind of like let the cycle play out if you can't convince them. Does that help a little bit, Ron?
Well, yeah, I mean, more than anything, it's pretty accurate to what this last week has been. Because I in general usually do okay with overcoming objections and getting people to see my side of it and close. You know, at least a certain percentage of them. But I just been striking out this week. I just chalked it up as a ebb and flow of the business. You know, next week's another week.
Right. Yeah, and I'm gonna say something. I've noticed the month of April has been a little bit slower, in my opinion. Not sure why, but it just has been. So that's the other thing, guys. There is slow times, there is high times. We're kind of right in the middle of transition where the iPhone 8 and iPhone X got released quite some time ago. The S9 and S9 Plus are starting to lose some hype. Once the Galaxy S10 comes out again, guys, or the iPhone 11 or the iPhone 9 or whatever they decide to do, the hype's going to be up again. People are going to be out there upgrading their phones, trying to sell them. They're going to get broken. They're going to sell them, and they're going to be financing them, and then they're going to be selling them again. So, and that's just kind of the cycle that we all play into, and that's kind of how the business goes. There is ups and downs here and there, but the best way to combat that is just get more leads. The more leads you get, the more chance, the better chance you guys got to close them. So. Next, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about really making sure you guys are branding yourselves. So who here, if you can type in the chat, if you can't type, you can just say yes after I'm done talking. Who here has a business card and has car magnets? Who here's got that? If you guys got car magnets, if you guys got business cards, I want you guys to let me know that you got them. Type in the chat, let me know if you got car magnets and you got business cards. I'm hoping every one of you guys at least has business cards at the very least.
I have business cards, but not magnets.
Okay, so you got business cards, but not magnets. Okay, so you definitely want to get car magnets. I would highly recommend that. Dominic says I just got cards. Sean says I just have business cards. Sean, we got great ideas. We talked last night. Me and Sean did a mini mastermind session. He's out here in Arizona, but you know what to do, Sean, so I ain't gonna go into detail on that. Dominic, you're a super smart guy, man, and you gotta get magnets. You gotta get them. Either get magnets or go talk to a graphic designer and actually get a real logo and some real stuff, because you guys can battle it out all the time. Hey Kenny, how's it going? Welcome. You guys can battle it out all the time with Facebook Marketplace and get banned and get ads removed, etc., etc. Or you guys can pay for a set of magnets, or you guys can pay $500 to actually have your whole, car basically, done up, and then you guys get that marketing for life. You know what I mean? And that's really important, guys, having that evergreen marketing. Hey, welcome, Timothy. So it's important, guys. You guys got to be doing that. Timothy, Bob, Wilcox, Kenny, do you guys have business cards yet? And if you have business cards, do you have car magnets yet? Kenny, I know you're new. What I do is I mute everybody, and then we'll go around with questions. So if you guys got that stuff, just type in the chat if you have business cards, yes or no, and if you have magnets, yes or no. So like me, if I was going to type in chat, I'd say magnets.
Yes. I don't have business cards because I'm going to be moving out soon.
Okay, that's right. That's all right, Tim. But definitely make sure you get those going, Tim. I mean, it's important. So Bob says no magnets yet. Bob, you are doing I want to say 15, 16K a month, almost 20K a month. So I really want to see you getting those car magnets, guys. So there's no reason not to. I mean, everybody here has made, plenty of money flipping phones. So it's time to step things up. If you guys want to be different than your competition, that's what it takes. You guys got to actually start being real business people. You know what I mean? You got to go one up and above. everybody else in your area doesn't have car magnets. Well, it's time to start getting car magnets. So that's just one of the ways you guys can advertise. Other than that, what do you guys got for questions? Questions this week? Kenny, Timothy, Bob, Sean, Troy, Ron. I know, Ron, you can't type, but if you guys got any questions or anything that you guys have been like dealing with this week, even if it's mindset stuff, type it in the chat and let's talk about it. So it's definitely important to kind of get these things out of the way because I want you guys to do really well. So you guys got to keep being motivated and just keep kind of pressing forward because like you said, all of you guys want to keep kind of going to the next level in this business, and that's what you guys got to do. You have to spend money to make money, you know. So if you want to be, you know, to that level, doing $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month, even hitting $50,000 a month in 1 month. So Timothy says, so much rejections I haven't picked up in a while. It's been really hard for me to stay positive. If anybody can help me negotiate, it'd be really great. I'm always hard on myself. How do I fix that? Okay. So first off, Tim, it's too bad you just joined. You'll have to watch the group chat. But me and Ron just talked about this. And when people got the golden nugget syndrome, which is basically when people think their, you know, iPhone or Galaxy or whatever it is worth $800 and it's really worth like 300. There's 3 things you can do, man, but you know, the bottom line is you can't please everybody. Like I was telling Ron and everybody earlier, there's some people out in the world, believe it or not, in first world countries that still think that the world is, they still think it's flat. And you know what? There's probably people out in the world that think ghost peppers taste like sugar. So there's some people out there that you guys, you can't reason with. You just can't. And the best way to do that is tell them your offer's firm and it's good for 1 week, and then let them fall on their face. And when they realize that everybody else is like, whoa, man, no, your phone is not worth that much, eventually they might come back to you if you aren't a dick to them. And that's the key, guys. Always be nice to the customers, even if they are, you know, completely wrong in what they're saying, because they might come back to you, you know, with an offer or, hey, you know, I thought about what you said and I'd like to sell you my phone.
Luke,
That's some of the best things to do as far as rejections. So Tim, if you got kind of any comments, just type in the chat for me, and I'll read what you got. So the next thing I think I want to do, guys, is I want to critique some of your guys' ads. I think today I can't do a whole lot of screen sharing myself because I'm on my laptop and on you know, Wi-Fi at the hotel, so my connection is only so great. But who here in the chat, if you've been having issues with your ads or just kind of collecting phones or leads, who here in the chat wants me to take a look at your guys' ads? You guys want me to do that? I'd like you guys to just basically type in the chat. So let me know if you guys are having issues, basically. Welcome, Aaron. How's it going? So if you guys are having issues with your guys' ads, type in the chat and let me know, and I'll review your ads via the screen share. So, all right. So Tim says they don't have the golden nugget syndrome. I'm offering 50 for something that sells for 150. They keep wanting at least 120, and it's been hard to talk them down lately. Okay. So in my opinion, Tim, I don't think you should be offering $50 on something that sells for 150. You could be offering 75 to 80 because you're still almost doubling your money, man. When you offer somebody a really low offer initially, you're basically kind of screwing yourself because you're going to make the customer kind of angry if you offer them, you know, $50 and they know it sells for, you know, 140 to 160 in that kind of range. So you can't be doing that. And that's why it's really good, guys, to brush up on your appraisal skills. So I hope that kind of helps, Tim. I see you're laughing there, but I mean, in a sense, it's not funny because, I mean, it's your business, man. It's your business. And if you want to become a reputable person with, you know, kind of a good background and people tell all their friends about, then you got to be fair with your offers. Now, I've told you guys this before. This is a people business. Now, depending on who you're dealing with, maybe you can scoot one under the rug and get one past somebody, and you might be able to get, you know, a phone for real cheap. But yeah, so you say fair enough, always okay, 100 profit. So guys, 100 profit on a phone is great. That's a great target to have. But if you got these little phones like a 5S or an iPhone 6 or even an iPhone 6S, you guys might not make 100 profit every time. You guys might have to settle for 40, 50 bucks profit, but you know what? You're making 50 bucks, which if you're working an average job, that's, you know, probably 3 hours worth of work, probably 4 hours after taxes, and you got to work for somebody else. So making 50 bucks profit, guys, is better than nothing. And not to mention, once again, give them your business card, talk to them a little bit, and hope they tell their friends and their family about you. Or when they run into a situation again, they come and see you. So, Bob, what's been going on with you? I'm gonna unmute you for a second because I ain't seen you in a bit. What's been going on with your week? How's your week been, Bob?
My week's been pretty good, Luke. It was kind of slow at the beginning, but then I got a couple of iPads that were sealed.
Awesome.
Yeah. I was supposed to get like 7 or 8 brand new iPhone X's, but like it fell through. But
We talked.
you just gotta push through, man.
Exactly. See, guys, Bob, I called on Bob, guys, because Bob, you know, he kind of reminds me a little bit of myself when I first started. He, for those of you guys who don't know Bob, I mean, he went through some stuff which wasn't really his fault, and I mean, he's got his own place now. He's doing well, but Bob is always really optimistic. Like, I mean, me and Bob were talking last week, and he was thinking he was going to get 20 brand new phones, and I was all pumped for him and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I'll help you with the deal. But then I was like, on the other hand of things, Bob, you know, this might be what's going to happen. And then what I predicted happened, it fell through, whatever. Bob didn't get mad about it. He didn't say, I'm quitting phone flipping, or, you know, I'm depressed about this, I'm done. He's like, oh, well, I'll move on to the next deal. You guys got to keep that really optimistic and positive business mindset. Some of you guys in the group actually have said you want to quit phone flipping, not because of me, but there was a couple members in the group that they had a bad experience with a customer, and they're like, I want to quit. Guys, you can't quit. You just can't. You gotta do this for the rest of your life, whether it's full time or a side hustle. There's always going to be money to be made in flipping items, especially smartphones and electronics. So the biggest thing is, guys, is don't be too hard on yourselves, and don't think that it's always your fault that you don't get a deal or you're some terrible person. You know what I mean? You guys gotta push on and continue on. So just like Bob, that's awesome, Bob, that you're having a great week. So glad to hear that. Kenny says, how many sites do you check IMEI because they don't tell you everything about the phone? Okay, Kenny. So I'm gonna unmute you for a second, Kenny. What's going on? Let's talk a little bit about that. You're welcome to talk.
Because I checked the site and it tells you like 3 things about the phone, and then I go to another site to check like for finance and stuff like that. So I just wondering.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just wondering, like, if there's one site that tells you everything about it.
Okay. So typically, for whatever reason, just the way the sites are structured, there really isn't just one site that checks for everything, which is unfortunate. But what I recommend doing is going to IMEI Pro, IMEI 24, and usually between those 2 sites, you can kind of figure everything out that you want about the phone. If you have an iPhone, you can go to iunlocker.net. That's a really good one, kind of tells you everything about it. But for the most part, the only thing you should be doing is you should be checking to make sure that it's clean or bad ESN, and try to see if it's financed. And then if it's an iPhone, try and see if the iCloud lock is off. But for the most part, before you buy a phone, Kenny, you want to make sure that you can log into the home screen on the phone, and then you want to go under settings, you want to check the gigabyte, you want to check the phone company and the SIM card tray. Like, you want to do a couple manual checks too to kind of confirm everything. So
Okay.
yeah, what Bob said is good too. IMEI info. So I'm not at my desktop right now, so I can't open my file folder of all the IMEI checks, but absolutely. So that kind of sums it up, Kenny. Another thing to keep in mind, Kenny, is when you get like a new phone and it's like Sprint or T-Mobile, you really don't even have to run the IMEI. You can pretty much just that ESN, it's financed. I mean, the whole shebang. So really, the only ones that I personally run an IMEI check on are iPhones, and then if they're AT&T or Verizon. Those are really the only ones that I run the IMEI on. Only time I'll run an IMEI check on a Sprint and T-Mobile phone, if it's not an iPhone, because you do want to make sure iCloud's off. But if it's a Sprint and T-Mobile phone, I don't run the IMEI unless they have a receipt, guys. Just a waste of time, because you already know these customers that are kind of crummy customers that are running these Sprint and T-Mobile phones, they're always going to be at ESN. Does that make sense, Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Who here wants me to take a look at your ads? Like, let's critique some ads. Let's see what you guys got. Who's got ads here that wants me to take a look at them and see if there's kind of anything you guys could do better with them? You guys want me to take a look at your ads? Type in the chat and let's take a look at them. Timothy says, are there days where you get like 100 leads and don't close a single? Is that normal, Luke? Timothy, for me, I mean, if I get like 20, 30 leads, I usually close like 5 of them. 100 leads, I mean, that's a little low not to be able to close any of them. But I mean, I would say it's probably happened to me maybe once or twice. It does happen, you know, and it also depends on the area you're in. Like, I'm going to tell you guys something. I'm in Arizona right now, and I closed, I think, like 5 deals with Troy live. Like, I did the texting for him, and he was right there watching me, shadowing me, because I'm down here for 3-day mastermind training. And I closed 5 deals for him live, and it just depends on the person, you know, or it depends on the area. Do they really want to sell or not? I mean, you can be super convincing, you know, and I think that you should always try and go for the close, like assume the close, don't back out. But me and Troy today, we picked up a Galaxy S9 Plus for like $415. It was brand new finance, but the guy was kind of being difficult at first, and then I looked at his profile and I saw he was kind of like, I mean, he was kind of ghetto, guys. Like, he was talking like, yo, what up, man? So I'm just like, yo, what up, man? So I just gave it back to him. You guys got to mirror the customers that you're talking to. So this guy's like, he's like, so can you meet me at my address, man? And I'm like, yeah, sure, man. Like, what you wearing or what you driving? And he's like, I'm wearing red sweatpants and a sweatshirt. And I'm like, that's dope, man. Those are my favorite colors. He's like, yeah, for sure. And then he was like, KK, I'll see you soon. I'm like, yeah, for sure, man. And Troy's right here. I mean, he can tell you that exact same story. I'm gonna unmute Troy. How was that customer today, Troy, that me and you dealt with? I think you're unmuted. You should be able to talk. So there you go, Troy.
Unmuted now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, it was just like that guy was a little weird, but yeah, he was talking funny. Some of the stuff, his spelling was off, and I couldn't make out some of it. But like Luke said, he's just talking ghetto or whatever with them, just talking his lingo or whatever.
Exactly. And you guys all know that I rarely say the word yo, unless it's like through Messenger and, you know, we're just kind of joking around. But when have you heard me come onto a group chat and say yo? But this is business, guys. So what I teach you guys is chameleon the customers. So this guy, like I said, you know, we rolled up. He had an okay house and everything, but I knocked on his door, and then a kid come out from upstairs, and she's like, what do you guys want? I'm like, I'm just here to buy a phone, man. I'm looking for Polo. The guy's name was literally Polo or Paulo or whatever. And he's like, the little girl's like, oh yeah, let me get him. And then he comes downstairs and is like, yo, what's up, man? What up? And, you know, he's like talking about a bunch of different stuff. I'm like, you know, I just basically made him feel comfortable by acting like him. Had I have showed up and been, you know, my normal self and been like extremely professional and been like, yeah, I need to check the phones, I, sir, he probably would have freaked out and thought like he was getting investigated or something, when really I was just there to buy his phone. So mirroring the customers, guys, is one of the biggest and, you know, just best things you can do. It's important. So, yeah, Timothy, I can critique your ad. Let's see here. Why don't you share your screen, Tim? What ad are you talking about? Are we talking Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace? All right, cool. So Timothy is going to share his phone screen with us. Okay. Fast cash for your smartphones, ASAP cash given for phones. Huh. All right, just pause. Let me read that. I pay cash for phones, ASAP, new used phones, fast and friendly service, meet in a public place where I can come to you. Call or text 587 for a free quote. You know, I don't mind the ad. What do you guys think about his ad in the chat? Type for me in the chat and let me know what you guys think about his ad. In my opinion, I got a couple things that I don't really like about it. What do you guys think of his ad? Type in the chat and tell me what you guys think of his ad. Is it good? Is it great? Rate it a 1 out of 10, or tell me if there's anything you don't like about it or what you do like about it. I want to hear your guys' opinions. So, what do you think, Aaron? Kenny, what do you think? Tim? Sean? Dom says Dom says, I like the description. He thinks ASAP should be removed and possibly a better pick. Okay, that's good feedback. Kenny, I know you're newer, but I want to see your opinion on this. Bob says, I love the pick, but other people might think it's childish. Okay, awesome feedback, Bob. Sean, Aaron, what do you think? What you guys think? Troy, anybody who can type right now, I want to know what you guys think, because it's important that we're kind of all thinking on the page. Okay, Sean says the picture needs to go. All right, so somebody had to be brutal about it. But I think what's kind of going on here, Timothy, is everybody's kind of basically saying the same thing, in a roundabout way. In my opinion, the picture reminds me of like a have you guys ever, if you guys have, type in the chat, have you guys ever seen like a Toys R Us or like a child's toys resale store? Like they always use those kind of like wavy letters, and then they kind of do those bright colors. In my opinion, when I see that ad, it looks like an advertisement for like a Toys R Us or like some toys reselling company. Other than that, Tim, your description was great. I think the word ASAP should go, because see, that kind of confuses it again with the whole, if they see the ASAP and then just see the picture, it's kind of confusing. Like, what is this advertising for? Unless they read the whole thing. So I would fix the ad and just say fast cash for smartphones, or do get cash fast for your smartphones, or paying cash for smartphones, something like that. And then as far as the picture, Tim, I would definitely change the picture. I talked about this last week. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. Share my desktop here. Actually, I'm just gonna share this ad. So this is one of my ads, guys. This is actually a little flyer that I use. If you guys can all see this, type in the chat. So I normally I live in Wisconsin. And in Wisconsin, literally, besides people who are entrepreneurs and business owners, everybody seems to like to just go work their 9-to-5 job, and then they go drink, and then they go to the casino. So I was telling my graphic designer, who happens to be my aunt, I have her do all my artwork rather than Fiverr. I'm like, all this nice advertising and this corporate looking stuff, it doesn't really work unless you have a store around here. So I'm like, let's actually target my audience. So I'm literally targeting my audience with a call of action. It says need cash for beer or the casino. I pay cash for your smartphones and electronics, and then my number. Super easy ad, tons of phones, cash, and everything's really easily identifiable. And then I've also got one of those in white too. So, but anyways, guys, I think that you guys, where you live, you guys should obviously kind of know the kind of people that live in your area. Like if I was in Beverly Hills, California trying to buy phones, I would probably make ads that kind of looked a little fancy because, everybody in Beverly Hills wants to deal with the best of the best, or, they think. So, I mean, people overpay for stuff over there all the time. They don't even look at the price tags half the time. I've been over there, been to Beverly Hills, Cali, so it is what it is. So you guys got to really focus your advertising on your own market. Does that kind of help, Timothy? Does that give you like a little kind of a better idea on what maybe you should, check out? Okay, awesome, Tim. Glad. Bob, I'm gonna unmute you for a second. Bob says, would you recommend driving for Lyft or Uber for a little help to expand your flipping business? I'm gonna unmute you and see what you're thinking on that, Bob, or if that's been stirring for a while. What you got, Bob, and thinking on that?
Hey, Luke, I just applied to Lyft and Uber, and I'm just like waiting to get accepted.
Okay.
But do you think that would help expand the business? I'm thinking about putting like maybe business cards in the back seat, and then maybe putting.
So here's my question: when you drive for Lyft or Uber,
Mhm.
do they make you put a logo on your car or a magnet?
Yeah, you put like Lyft or Uber like right on the windshield.
Okay, so on the windshield.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Here's the kicker. I like the business card idea in the back. I think that's great. But the question is, since it's your car, I mean, Lyft and Uber it's not like they pay you for your car.
Mhm.
Could put some lettering on the back of your car with like a Facebook business page or your phone number. Because if you're able to do that, or if you're able to also put magnets on the side of your car or lettering, and just let Uber be on your windshield, I think 100%, if you're planning on doing this full time and you live in a bigger city, I think driving for Uber or Lyft and then advertising on your car would be a great idea.
Okay.
Absolutely. And when you do it, I would love to hear your feedback on that too. So Unfortunately, guys, I live in Bumtown, Wisconsin, and Uber and Lyft are not popular, and we've got like one rental service for cars, so pretty lame. If I lived out in Arizona, I would destroy it. I'm thinking like 80K in a month in this place. Like there's just phones everywhere. I'm shocked. Like I look at the Craigslist and I'm just like, get me down here. But anyways, so let's see. Timothy says, thanks a lot. If something sells for 650, do you think 400 is a fair offer, Luke? Yeah. So on bigger items, you guys should be able to make $150, $250 profit on items that are selling for a little more. And the nice thing is when you do have that kind of, margin range, guys, you can move up a little bit on your price. Don't be afraid to pay a little more for the item just to get the deal. Even if you make 100 profit, it's still 100 profit. Try and secure the deal, because like today, me and Troy bought a phone and the guy was like, I think I'm gonna have an iPhone X or an iPhone 8 Plus, by Monday. So that guy's probably gonna message Troy, and Troy's gonna get, make more money off that one customer. So nothing wrong with that at all, Timothy. Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll up in the chat. I wanna look at one of these questions. Okay, actually we answered that. Okay, guys, what else you guys got for questions? Anything you guys kind of want to like talk about or ask? I know just the biggest thing has kind of been advertising, and like I said, guys, you can't just keep. What I've kind of noticed is everybody wants to do is you guys want to just keep using Facebook Marketplace and like offer up, and you guys are like crutching on that, and you guys can't. If you guys don't adapt in business, you're gonna fade out. Like Blockbuster was like, haha, Netflix, like what kind of company is gonna make it streaming stupid movies on the internet? And they didn't want to partner with Netflix. They wanted nothing to do with that. And then guess what happened, guys? Blockbuster's out of business and Netflix is booming because Blockbuster did not want to adapt. And that's important, guys. It's really important to adapt in business. If you guys don't adapt in business, well, you're gonna have problems. So Aaron says, are you familiar with ManyChat? Aaron, I have not heard of ManyChat. I'm gonna unmute you right now and see what's up with ManyChat. What is that all about, Aaron? Let's hear what you got. You should be unmuted now.
Okay, cool. So it's kind of like I don't know exactly what you call it, kind of like a bot response type thing, to where it's almost, it's all automated. So kind of the idea, it runs through Messenger on Facebook, and but people aren't actually typing in like specific questions, or I guess talking. They're all clicking specific responses. I guess, for example, once somebody gets on, they click like, I have like an iPhone, say 6, and all you do is click, the different options at the bottom, and then from there, what it looks like I'm typing, I'm chatting, right? It has a little bubble, and it gives an automatic response. So these are things that you've already put in. So you put in the response for, say, iPhone 6, and you go, great, what carrier is it? Then at the bottom of the messenger, they get to click, Sprint, AT&T, whatever they want. They click it. It goes back and forth. It's all automated, basically, is what it is. And so I was thinking about possibly like using that for the phone flipping to see if it would kind of simplify it to where, like, it's almost automated all by itself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes absolute sense. I mean, have you had a decent amount of success with that yet?
I haven't used it yet, so that's why I was asking you, seeing if you were familiar with it.
I would say, here's what I would do. I would have a friend of yours come over, and then I would install that bot, and I would have your friend message you and see how well it works before you actually test it on your live customers, because that's like playing fire. Makes sense?
For sure.
If you guys are both, messaging each other and the bot does a decent job responding to your friend, which obviously, it's not going to affect your business at all. If it does a decent job, then I say, yeah, try it. Try it with the customers. So, yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet, man. I got a unique business idea for you guys, actually, that I just thought of. I haven't personally tested it yet, but I was just thinking about it. So I recently started seeing a lady, so not really, out there going out or anything anymore. But I was thinking of like how the younger generation, which, I mean, a lot of our cracked phones come from people who are in college or people who party. And I was thinking to myself, what if we started making Tinder accounts and other accounts that that have cash for phone ads on them, and we just put them on Tinder and then paid for like Tinder Plus for like $2 a month. So like everybody would come across our profile and swipe it. Okay, Bob says I tried that and got flagged. That's funny. Yeah, I thought about doing it. I thought it might be an all right idea. Or another idea is make a Tinder account, guys, and this is actually a way to get around it. So this is my idea. I'm glad that you said you already got flagged, Bob. Make a Tinder account. Take like 3 good pictures of yourself, but in the pictures, wear a shirt that says, I pay cash for smartphones, and then your phone number. I think you guys could get around Tinder that way. So whether you're a guy or girl, give it a shot. I mean, whatever. So the only downside of that might be is you might get phone calls for, hey, you're cute, and I don't really have a phone, but you're cute. But I think it's worth a shot. I mean, if anything, at least everybody on Tinder, even if they don't swipe yes, they will see your number, they'll see your face, and they're going to know that you pay cash for smartphones and electronics. I'm personally going to try it when I get home, so it should be kind of cool. I'm kind of interested to see how it works. Another thing that I thought you guys could do, which is another kind of sneaky way of marketing and getting past the all these algorithms, is for those of you out there that have Timothy, for those of you guys out there who have magnets on your cars, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to put your magnets on your cars, and then I want you to list your guys' cars for sale on Craigslist, and I want you to list your cars for sale and take pictures of the magnets with your cars, and then put them up for sale on Craigslist in the cars and trucks section, and just put it so that way it says text only, and then that way you'll know who to respond to. So, or you can just respond and say, yeah, I'm actually just advertising for my smartphone business. So that's another way to get leads, and it gets you past Craigslist. Craigslist won't flag your ads. So another thing you guys can do is if you want to advertise in the, like say you want to advertise in the lawn and garden section, just have a sticker or a magnet made, and then put like a sticker on like say a coffee pot appliance or like one of your business cards, list it on there. Another thing you can do to get past stuff is put your business card on say like a PS3 or a PS4, and then list that in the electronics section. So nobody else is doing this, guys, in any of these other phone flipping groups. So you guys are going to be way ahead of everybody. There's a way to get around everything, and we're going to do it, guys. I'm going to make sure you guys are all doing good. As soon as the ideas come to my head, they're going to go right to you guys. So those are, 4 or 5 new things that you guys can start doing, and you should be able to get some ads to stick and hopefully get some more leads. So same thing with Marketplace, guys. Guess what? You post your car for sale, and you've got magnets on it that say I pay cash for smartphones. Facebook's not going to know, and they're not even going to be able to flag it. They're not even going to know what happened. So yeah, you could do that too if you're good with Photoshop, or if you want to hire somebody on Fiverr, guys. You could, it doesn't even have to be your car. That's the great thing. If you want to hire somebody on Fiverr to Photoshop I pay cash for smartphones on a Lamborghini, go ahead and do it. I mean, go for it. So get around everything except an eBay ban. Tim, we might be able to fix that. We'll have to message about it. I actually got somebody unbanned from eBay a few months ago in the group, so possible we can get around it. But yeah, there you go, Pixar.com, free Photoshop, guys. Sean's giving it to you. Go over there and, put your guys' business magnets on your cars. I don't know. I would personally recommend having someone do it on Fiverr, because you got to make sure it looks real, like really real or kind of incognito, like having the actual magnet on your guys' car. I mean, think about it, guys. Even if you're not driving around with the magnets, which you should, but it's like $100 to get a set of magnets and a logo made, and then you can take that picture and literally use it everywhere. So it's a good thing, guys. Anyways, we're coming up on pretty much an hour here, guys. What you guys got any other questions or anything you kind of want to add to the group chat? I think we definitely covered advertising techniques in this group chat, which is good because I think you guys needed that. So if you guys got anything else for me, throw it out there in the chat and let's talk quick. Bob says, I have a few connects in the States that love sealed iPhones at wholesale. What kind of ads would you recommend to post to bring in more customers that get those? Okay. Love sealed iPhones at wholesale. So are you saying that you have a bunch of clients that like to wholesale buy from you? or what are you? Okay. So in order to get more clients that want to buy sealed phones, I would honestly start posting ads on Craigslist saying, you know, you're looking for a wholesale buyer, or take a picture of like a stack of iPhones and then post an ad on Craigslist stating that you have lots of iPhones for sale, brand new sealed. And I would post the ads in New York, Doral, Florida, and then San Diego, California. I would post ads in there, some of the bigger cities. And I think you could probably help with that. Can you recap which platforms and with what schedule we should be advertising on? So, yeah, someone who sells them as well. What I would do, Bob, is I would advertise that you do business buybacks and that you can buy any quantity, any amount. Some of that just kind of comes down to the ad structure. For more wholesale buyers too, Bob, I'm not sure if you made it to the last group chat or watched the wholesale video, but you should be reaching out to those guys who want to message you about bad ESN phones. Reach out to them, and then you could probably establish wholesale buyers that way. That's what I do often. Can you recap which platforms that okay. Can you recap which platforms and with what schedule we should be advertising on? So you guys should be advertising on Facebook Marketplace. You should be advertising on Facebook groups. You should be advertising on OfferUp, LetGo, 5 Miles. You guys should be advertising with your business cards. You guys should be advertising on your cars with your magnets. The schedule, personally, I like to post most of my ads during the night, and then I like to renew them in the morning. And I just like to post them at night. That way they kind of surface throughout the middle of the night. During the week, I like to post my ads in the morning. That way they surface around noon, because around noon, that's when people are on their lunch break. They see their news feed, and then they're kind of popping up in people's news feeds around 5, 6 p.m. when they're done with work. Okay, Kenny, explain more about bad ESN and the other one you said, bad IMEI. So bad ESN and bad IMEI, Kenny, are basically the exact same thing. Sprint and T-Mobile phones are always bad ESN or bad IMEI. And the reason for that is Sprint and T-Mobile always seem to attract the lesser customers because their credit screening policies are less strict than that of AT&T or Verizon. Okay, admittedly, I'm mostly guilty of using MP Marketplace and LetGo. Okay, man, and that's why. You got to be using all avenues. So, Timothy, I can't go into full detail about flipping stuff from Goodwill and all these other stores that I went to with Troy, because Troy paid for a 3-day mastermind session, and if I gave away all the information that I gave to Troy for free, that wouldn't be really fair to Troy. So can't do that. If you guys are in the mastermind, or if you guys are coming to the mastermind in Wisconsin, we'll be talking about, you know, literally flipping everything. So we'll be talking about phones, flipping everything. And, you know, what I did with Troy, guys, is I basically taught him how to make money while he is not getting phone leads. And then while he's getting phone leads, be making money, and then how to get more money when he's not, you know, in between phone leads. And Troy should be doing really, really well, hopefully here, you know, sooner than later. So it was a great time down here with him. He's an awesome guy. So I think he's going to do really well. He's a smart guy too. So, but anyways, guys, if you guys don't have any, other chats or questions, I think we're going to wrap it up for the night. Not really excited to go home, but I will be home, and we'll do group chat again next week, either Saturday or Sunday. I'm probably going to post a poll in the group to see if maybe there's a time that works out better for people, because I really want to accommodate you guys, do the best that I can. So how much do I owe you for that endorsement? You don't owe me anything, Troy. You really were. You're a great man. You're a fun guy to hang out with, and, you know, easygoing, and, you know, I think you learned a lot and you listened. So yeah, it was a good time. So, and it was fun to close deals with you too. So sounds good, Ron. We'll see you guys later. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the group chat. If you guys are interested in mastermind training, send me a message. We'll be hosting one in Wisconsin, my hometown. So I'll get to show you guys all the good stuff, and we'll talk next level business. We'll talk about, you know, flipping everything, not just phones and electronics. And another cool thing I got going on for you guys is I met a guy down here in Arizona that does $20,000 a month renting out cars. And he talked to me, heard about my course and everything. And we might be coming out with a course for you guys. And the cool thing about this is it's like real estate investing, but you need way less money to get involved. It's kind of the same business model, but a lot less money to get into. And, you know, it can either make you extra money or it can pay for your your car payment. You can have a brand new car and not pay anything for it. So it's pretty awesome, guys. So his name is Paul, and I'm probably going to be going over to his house after this group chat. So I actually bought about $5,000 worth of electronics from him since I came down to Arizona. So it's pretty cool. So phones, cars, real estate, all the same, almost in a sense. Basically, the business model, guys, is rent your car out, make money on it, and pay it off, just like you would real estate. Except for real estate, you need about $150,000 to buy your first property. In this business model, you need to save up about $6,000. So it's pretty awesome, guys. The car course and stuff, as long as Paul is still on board, which he seemed really excited to do it, he's going to be kind of writing the content. I'm going to be structuring it, putting it together. It's going to be awesome for you guys. That's going to be a separate thing, of course, but anybody in the Phone Flipping Academy and anybody who's under me, you guys are going to have so many ways to make money. Like, you guys are going to be the smartest group of people of, flippers. Like, you guys are going to be master flippers. Exactly. So you guys are going to be able to flip everything. And that's powerful, because you know what? When Facebook Marketplace bans you and these other groups are all like freaking out, oh my gosh, I don't know how to flip video games, or I don't know how to flip cars, or I don't know how to flip designer jeans. Guess what? You guys are going to know all about it. So it's going to be awesome, because these other coaches, they're not doing that. I'm going to literally take you guys into my life, like everything that I've done my whole entire life. And you guys are going to have this huge kind of database just to know, like, yeah, this is what this is worth. And yeah, we should be looking for this and we should flip that. So it should be cool, guys. So all in time. But anyways, thank you guys for coming out. Thanks, Troy, for having me down here. Glad to be able to teach you. Glad you learned a lot. And yeah, had a lot of fun. And I will see you guys next week. And I'll see you in the group, obviously, the whole week when I'm back in Wisconsin. So take care, guys.